Welcome to Worth the Effort's Lunch Discussion, our bi-weekly talk on what we've been doing, what we're going to be doing. I try and throw in a good tip to make it worth your while, and we'll cover art market news. I'll discuss the ways of selling and how we've been doing, so you can make a decision on how your progress has been going along. Now I'm going to do these every other week from now on because it just doesn't make much sense to do it every single week because you got to build up content to give you something worthwhile to talk about. So every bi-weekly sounds about better for me. Also on this particular one, instead of doing a tip, I'm going to do a quick little build video, show you what I've been working on the art market, which has been selling really well. Surprisingly well for so early as it is in the holiday season this year. This past week, I've been blasting through as much of my stock that I've been hoarding. You rough turn stock and let it sit and dry out, and then you build stuff out of it. And I've been making these trees because this past weekend I pretty much sold out of the holiday trees before the holidays have even started. So we're trying to build up that inventory. Also, I'm trying to blast through as much of my old stock because we are moving the shop, and if I make something out of it and sell it, I don't have to move it. Right now I have about 20 more blanks already prepped for making my holiday trees. And I have about 10 more bowls I need to finish up to do their last turning and put some finishing on. And those will be going into our art market and our online to sell. Other things this past week we've been working on is I've been kind of prototyping some boxes. And this is an example why you prototype. I made what I thought would be a nice little ring box. Pardon the break, I'll let the helicopter go by. I could put some styrofoam and a little felt in there and make a nice little ring box without much effort. Basically let the CNC machine do the two parts and I just sand it and put it together. This first prototype, it was so embarrassingly cheesy that I'm not willing to put my name on it, and I'm not going to be selling it. So I went back to the drawing boards and came up with something that I think a little bit more elegant. Obviously it's not going to be as nice as a handmade box, but it has a nice little inlay. And it's a fitted box, and you can do nice little shapes. That way, I can, purchase, a $100 slab of wood. I can set it on the CNC machine. I can start it, and it can run all day long, making 20 or 30 boxes at once. And all I have to do is some final fitting, a little brass inlay, and install magnets if I'm going to do that one. And that would take, for those 20 boxes, maybe 3 or 4 hours at the end of the week. So I could have, a couple $100 worth of inventory, or probably a couple $1,000 worth of inventory ready to rock and roll, and all I did was hit the start button at the beginning of the week and let the machine run. That's the idea of why I got the CNC machine in the first place. To do some small, busy work projects that will at least allow me to sell a little bit more items. Other things we've been working on is I've been talking about art galleries, trying to get us set up for after the holiday season so I can get our unsold stock into art galleries, and I can start making some really nice stuff to go out there, because you're not going to sell the high-end stuff at these farmers market, artist markets, as much as the sub $100 items. So that's what we've been working on. I also pulled some stuff from one art gallery that was basically saw that they could start selling wooden bowls because of what I presented to them. And they started importing some competition from Thailand, which I can't compete with them on price, and I definitely can't compete them on quality because their stuff sucked. But I didn't want to be in the same art gallery with that one. I thought it was kind of cheesy with what they did, so I pulled my stuff out of there. Now this upcoming week, as I said, I'm finishing up turning the last of our stock. Also, because of the couple donations I got from our last video where I did a one-day build on how to make a quick table, I got some donations to buy some better materials, specifically to buy some better materials because that's what I asked for. So I bought a very nice curly maple board, really highly figured, and I've been hoarding a walnut board that my dad gave me for a special project, and might as well make a special project now so I don't have to move it. So if you notice on the back of the board, I've been kind of figuring out something in the back of my head, a original design for a clock. And my design is going to have some hidden compartments, a couple of drawers. My thinking is it could be put beside a wall on a French plate, or put on a mantelpiece, or maybe even on top of a dresser, and it could be a daily spot for you to put your glasses, keys, and keep any kind of incidentals you don't want people to know about. And if you attach it to a wall, it's probably going to be less likely to be stolen. So that's what I've been working on in the back of my head when I've been doing other stuff, and that's going to be the next build project. I'm going to take a long weekend. I'm giving myself 2 long days to build an entire clock with hidden compartments, dual drawers, everything I have in my drawing and I've been thinking about. And this project is not going to be a quick shop project. This is something I want to be able to put in the art gallery so y'all can follow along and see my creative thought process on designing my own stuff. I'm not a big CAD programmer, so you can follow along as I do that one, so it should be kind of fun. So now for market news. As in the last time I talked about we worked at a new market that had just basically horrible traffic, and a lot of the locals said that it was the worst they'd ever seen, and they kind of blamed it on the Bastrop fires. Well, if you have fires, you've got to have floods, right? And 2 weeks ago in Texas, we had that tropical storm come in and just flooded everything in Texas, and we couldn't go to the market. In fact, it rained the whole week, and I was worried I was going to miss past weekend's market, because up until 2 hours before the market started, it was still raining. We got a break. I noticed on the news that the weather got a lot better, so I grabbed my stuff, threw it in the back of the truck, and went to the market, and it turned out to be one of the best markets I've ever had at a farmer's market. We cleared almost $1,400 in sales. Now remember, our goal has always been $500 break even. 2 weekends ago, over 2 events, we barely did $200, so I lost $300 there. I wasn't able to work last weekend, so that was there. The prior weekends, we've never been able to make our $500 goal in the month of October. Well, this first weekend in November, we did the 1,500, and it's really nice to pat yourself on the back. Hey, we're doing great. Look forward to it. But you have to take the small successes like this with a grain of salt. You are covering your losses from the past weekends. So we are kind of going into the holiday season about even, a little bit in the negative right now, but we're looking forward to a lot of sales. Our big selling item last weekend were our holiday trees. I started stocking them up and selling them, and the market I went to was one I kind of frequented almost every weekend last year, and people are expecting our trees nowadays. This is about our 4th year we've been doing it. A lot of people are collecting them, getting 2 or 3 every year. So I was kind of surprised the demand we had on the first weekend I presented them, because we basically sold out, and I've been scrambling all week to build up the inventory. And I'm kind of worried because after this next 20, I'm out of stock, and I might have to go to the firewood stand and look for some really dried solid wood to make some more, which is an option. This upcoming weekend we are going to another farmer's market, which I'm working on. And I'm going back to a new market on Sunday that I mentioned to you about, Hope Farmers Market, which is very family-friendly oriented, and it's such a cool family market. I'm kind of in my back of my mind thinking it's not going to be the market for us, because people aren't going there to buy stuff. They're going there, bringing their kids to play with a small pet farm that shows up, to listen to the kid-friendly music, to play hula hoops, draw chalk on the thing. They're not there to buy a $200 bowl or a $100 box. So I'm kind of worried about this. We worked it twice before. I worked it this past Sunday following our $1,400 event, and we sold about $120 of stuff there. So that gives you the variation. So we're going to give this market a good try throughout the holiday season, because I don't have too many options on Sundays, but that's what I'm looking at right now. Now, I normally end our little talks with a good woodworking tip and technique video, but this time, since I've been making a bunch of these trees, I thought I'd do a quick little build video and show you all how I make them out of basically what is considered firewood, because it's cracked, damaged woods with lots of defects that most people would throw away in the normal woodworking shop. I set the stuff aside to make my holiday trees with. Now, if you like this kind of talk, us discussing market news, that kind of stuff, to see how you can gauge your stuff, and you like this channel, I please hope you will subscribe to it. And if you want to put in a little more shekels into it so we can buy materials so I can make stuff like this upcoming build in the clock, visit our website, wortheffort.com. I have a little support page there that can show you other ways you can help us out. So, here's our little tree making video. And as we finish up, I want you to remember one thing. It is always worth the effort to learn, create, and share with others. Y'all enjoy the build.